Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley, and this is video log number 25. Today I want to talk about quite a dark subject, and I touched on it in a couple of video logs, mainly to plug Thomas Sheridan. And this is quite a scary subject, and one that I spent a hell of a long time looking into, for reasons I won't go into on this video log. But the subject is psychopaths, and the reason I'm covering it is because of watching Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes with Matrix Decode and Wakey Wakey. And I hope I don't offend him by saying any of this because I'm hoping to have him on the show. But nonetheless, if we all had the same opinions, life would be very boring. And one of the things that Mark or Wakey Wakey said that sort of caught my attention was when he was talking about other truthers. I've actually scribbled down a few things that I was going to ask him, but I thought I'll make a little video log about him. Rather than catch him off guard with a question if he does indeed come on my show. But he was saying that by not looking at Flat Earth, a lot of the other truthers become irrelevant, and I agreed with most of their points. They were talking about Alex Jones and saying that Alex Jones' early stuff, sort of Bohemian Grove stuff, was great, but now he's probably on the payroll. And to a large extent, I probably agree with them. You know, he's got his own agenda, and while he might see a really interesting story and put it across to his audience with a lot of passion and with a lot of gusto, he might switch off, or the cameras might switch off, and he might just go off to home and not give it a second thought. It's just another story, you know, now he's in the industry. So we don't really know what Alex Jones' motivation is these days. I mean, they said it's all money, and maybe that's the case. But it's not to discount what anybody says, because you don't always know their motivations. But I fundamentally disagree when it comes to one. I don't know if he even calls himself a truther, because he's constantly knocking truthers. So Thomas Sheridan taught me more than any of the other YouTubers, and there's lots of them, about psychopaths. And the way it cross-references to Flat Earth is through a movie, which I've sort of poo-pooed in a couple of video logs because it ties into simulation theory, and it's probably the most prevalent example. I think you probably figured out by now what I'm talking about is the Matrix. And the Matrix has put an idea, planted a seed in people's head with lots and lots of different concepts which crop up here and there. But the Matrix, when it's referred to by Thomas Sheridan, is what I would consider to be the real Matrix, which is the internet, the TV, media, papers, all of these different tools that I'm going to use Thomas Sheridan's now, but the psychopathic control grid, which is what he calls the Matrix, uses to indoctrinate us with the lies. So in some ways, I hope this doesn't cause a massive rift, in some ways psychopaths sit slightly above Flat Earth, because nobody can ever give you a reason why. What's the reason to lie about the globe? What's the point? And it's only when you've got a reasonably good idea about how psychopaths tick that you get an idea of why. It would be callous for me to just say that they just enjoy it, but that's pretty much the long and short of it. Psychopaths need supply. It would get phrased as narcissistic supply, but if you use those words, it conjures up images of Narcissus sort of looking at his reflection and falling in love with himself. And it's not really that accurate, because narcissistic supply can be in many different forms, both positive and negative. So causing rifts, causing upsets is a great form of narcissistic supply. The other interesting element about psychopaths is that they lie non-stop. Even when it's not needed, even when it's not a decent reason to lie, a psychopath will lie anyway. So, to me, the great deception, as we have decided to label it, the globe lie, is, for a psychopath, the best fun in the world. It's just a great jape. And for me, Thomas Sheridan boils down the why of the globe lie better than anyone else. But he would get knocked as another truther because he doesn't touch the Flat Earth. Now, for me, anybody's opinion, I'll look at absolutely anything. I've looked at some of the craziest conspiracies that you could possibly imagine, and I'll look at anything. I'll, look into crazy stuff just because why not? Some of it might end up being true. A lot of it probably won't. But Thomas Sheridan knows his expert field, and that's psychopaths. So he's, I don't want to say he's at one with nature, but the guy's a very earthy character, if you know what I mean. So to me, it might be that it's not important to him what shape the earth is in a very genuine way, but what he knows and what he can tell people is still very much relevant. And to my mind, I'm sure I'll get loads of people disagree with this, the why of the globe lie is psychopaths. I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next video.